The only sole reason for all the diseases is poison accumulation. And hence there is only one treatment, detoxification. There is uniqueness of disease and uniqueness of treatment. Only one disease is toxemia, poison accumulation, and hence only one detoxification. And the Panchamahabhut of which this body is to detoxify the body. Prithvi Chikitsa, Jala Chikitsa, Agni Chikitsa, Vayu Chikitsa, and Akash Chikitsa. Weight reducing is a different thing, but apart from that, on 22nd day when I had to break my fast, I called the lab person to draw the blood, and my hemoglobin was 16%. Cholesterol was unchanged. There was bit higher bilirubin. So if I would have gone to allopathic doctor, he would say, "Oh, you got jaundice." They would have started some medicine. Started this gradual food, fruit and all that. After fourth day, my bilirubin was normal.
Namaste to all the yoga sadhakas. Welcome to yet another episode of Yogānubhava series, where we are going to talk to a lot of senior people in the fraternity of yoga and try to learn from their rich experience. And today, for this episode, we have Shri Durgadas Sawant with us today. So, namaste, sir. I welcome you to the show. Thank you so much.
Yeah, namaste. Thank you.
Thank you for accepting the invitation and willing to come and share your experiences with us. But before I hand it over to Shri Durgadas Sawant, I would like to introduce him to all of you today. Shri Durgadas Sawant has done MSc in Physiology from Goa Medical College. He has a diploma in yoga therapy, naturopathy from Yogavidyaniketan, Mumbai, and MA in Yogashastra from KKSU, Ramtek. And he has a total of 35 years of experience of teaching yoga to the masses. He is the vice chairman of Yogavidyaniketan and a vice president of Indian Yoga Association, Maharashtra state. He is the member of Syllabus and Accreditation Committee of Indian Yoga Association. He was part of C20, which is the Civil 20 of G20 summit that we recently concluded. And he is also the member of Bureau of Indian Standards under AYUSH Ministry. And he has published many articles in leading yoga periodicals, written books on natural diet, Nisarga Ahar, which I happened to read his book also. It's a phenomenal book for those who have not read the book. It's a beautiful book where he has covered all aspects of the natural, healthy living, healthy eating aspects. And it has been published in 4 languages, in Marathi, English, Hindi, and Gujarati. And he has experience of getting cured on his own from falciparum, malaria, flu, COVID-19, etc., without any medication, exclusively with nature cure. And he has personally tried and experienced 21 days of long fasting only on water, and he's also developed yoga courses to cure his own leg fracture. And he was felicitated by Health Ministry of Maharashtra government on the 3rd International Yoga Day, and for more than 25 years of experience in yoga preaching. He is a recipient of Lifetime Achievement Award from Yogavidyaniketan and Yoga Bhushan Award from Vishwa Yoga Kendra, Sangli. So with this brief introduction, I know there is a lot of things that we need to know about Durgadas Sawant. But because of short span we have, with this small introduction, I welcome you again to the show, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Vinayji.
The question, sir, because we know that you have 35 years of experience, and a lot of us are very new to the field of yoga itself. So, in this last 35 years of experience, what are those personally, if you look at your own learnings, right, from your experience, not from any books, because I know you have tried a lot on yourself, curing yourself from different ailments, fracture, and all of these things, on diet, probably on your experience on yourself. So, what are those key learnings that you have learned for yourself, which we want to pass it on to the next generation?
Thank you. Just like a web of the spider, if the prey enters from any corner, ultimately it has to reach to the center. So, yoga is the lifestyle. Yoga is more concerned with, of course, at a spiritual level, the kaivalya and the adhyatma, moksha, whatever we say. But of course, all other limbs are equally important. Asana, pranayama, and yamaniyam, and all, every has got its own weightage. And let a person, common person like us, enter due to any intention from any corner. Slowly he will be attracted toward the soul of yoga. That's the beauty and power of yoga. And so during my college age, I was not keeping that healthy. Started with sinusitis due to our ignorance, and to, go for the treatments, allopathic treatment, like some drops and all that. Then further reactions, the acidity, and the surgery of the sinusitis, but without any much benefit, because there are some of the diseases wherein medical science has got its own limitation, but since they do
Mhm.
not have any other remedy, they say okay, surgery. Whether surgery will be useful or not useful, that is secondary. So same thing happened with me. And then I was having a lot of some neck strain like that, and fortunately there was one medical checkup, and the district surgeon, civil surgeon, because I am in village Karwar, you know, on the border of Karnataka. And so there he said, in this village, you don't have any guide for good things like yoga. You will have many guide to smoke and drink and whatnot. So
Mhm.
if you happen to go to big cities like Mumbai, that's what he used the term Mumbai, but destiny took me to Mumbai for the job and whatever that. And so I happened to come to Mumbai for job purpose only. And then I took the opportunity in Yogavidyaniketan is the famous institute there. It was founded by Padma Shri Sadashiv Nimbalkar Guruji. And of course, he passed away very recently. And under his guidance, there was a good opportunity to learn yoga. And then, especially, there is a lot of mm, you know stress on Shuddhi Kriya in Yoga Vidyaniketan. And
Mhm.
so, through those Shuddhi Kriyas, I got a lot of relief. Means what
Mhm.
the surgery or the medicines could not do, that was done by
Mhm.
yoga. And then, of course, I thought if it is so powerful, you know, I should make it available for others. I should serve as a preacher in that field. And with that intention, I completed the yoga teachers training course. And like that, the journey started.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So, what are those learnings which you have learned in the last few decades? So, now one is definitely you cured yourself from sinus and many other ailments. But spiritually, where do you look at yourself? What are the key learnings that you have gained as a spiritually from the time you
The,
started learning yoga?
the mental approach, I won't say, because Kaivalya and Moksha, that is too away from us. To be on the highway is important. So highway will
Okay.
go from one big city to another big city. There's a lot of distance. So one may stand at different mileage on that highway. That is
Mm, mm.
secondary. But to be on highway is important.
Very
And
true.
so,
Very true.
although that highway goes for the liberation, it will go, the realization of the Atma will go via body and mind only. They're the only
Okay.
path. And
Uh-huh.
so it has the effect on body and mind. And you start enjoying physical health, mental health. Mental health is a very vague term actually. So,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what is spirituality? Atma is same as Paramatma. To realize it's the peak of that, spiritual reality. But our mental approach changes. That itself is a way, because the
Mm-hmm.
spiritual awareness goes via mental health only. And so
Mm.
um, I give the example like there is a difference between the relation between a mother and daughter and that of mother-in-law and daughter-in-law. If
Correct.
the gap in these relations minimize, I think that's a spiritual growth of the person.
Fantastic. Beautiful said.
Yeah. There is a difference between a boss and a subordinate.
Mm.
Okay, so for official relation is concerned, it should be there. But so far as a person,
Mm.
they should have equal respect for each other. So if
True. True.
relation between a boss and the uh, subordinate turns more friendly at a more respectful at a personal level, I think that is the onset of spirituality. So
Wow.
that way, the mental approach, whatever different various variety of relations we have in our lifetime. So certainly I can, because although we talk of research in yoga and all that, but there are limitations so far research in yoga
Mm.
is concerned, because yoga is more concerned with the subjectivity, more concerned with the mental approach, and no instrument
Very true.
can document. We can measure BP, we can measure the lung capacity,
Mm.
agreed, but the mental approach can't be
Mm.
analyzed, and so only it's a self-experiential. So it's very difficult to put in words whenever we
Yeah.
discuss. But
Mm.
I
Mm.
know, I have realized, yes, there is a lot of change. What I was few decades before and what I am today. So, and that should be. If somebody says that I'm doing yoga from so and so years, and what is the change? No change. Then there is a big question about your yoga practice itself. If there is no change,
Yeah,
yoga should change. Yes.
very true. Beautifully said, sir. The way you minimize the difference between the extremes is what exactly is the growth or the path towards spirituality. Very well said, sir. I want to ask you one question from your experience of you have a experience of dieting for a long time for on water, and nowadays this fasting is becoming a very common thing. Many people say we want to fast and intermediate fasting and all of those things. And what would be your personal experience with that 21 days of water fasting? People, can they do it, or what do you recommend for people who want to venture into this space?
Because the naturopathy believes that all diseases, whether chronic or acute, whether
Mhm.
what we call these functional disorders, NCDs, what we call, or the infectious diseases, the only sole reason for all the diseases is poison accumulation, toxin accumulation in the body. And hence there is only one treatment, detoxification. So there are no diseases and treatments. There is uniqueness of disease and uniqueness of treatment. Only one disease is toxemia, poison accumulation, and hence only one
Very.
treatment is detoxification. And the Panchamahabhut of which this body is, constituted, the universe is constituted, same are invited to
Mm.
detoxify the body. Prithvi Chikitsa, Jala Chikitsa, Agni Chikitsa, Vayu Chikitsa, and Akash Chikitsa. And Akash being subtler most principle, that's why Mahatma Gandhi ji used to call it Arogya Samrat. So Akash
Mhm.
being subtler most Panchamahabhut, it's most effective treatment.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so within that Akash Chikitsa, fasting is the peak of detoxification. There are so many. There are Panchakarma in Ayurveda. There are Shatkarma in the Hatha Yoga. Even Asana,
Mhm.
Pranayama are also detoxifier in a way at a different level.
Mm. Mm.
But
Mm.
under all these different regimes of detoxification, fasting is at the peak. And because of fasting, there is tremendous detoxification. It's a one-way traffic happening all the 3 times you are eating. So only there are certain gates from which we can throw the poison out. But now the traffic becomes other way. From inside, poison starts coming. Unless you
Mm.
give that scope, it can't happen. The blood circulation through liver continues, blood circulation through the kidney continues, but there is no
Mm.
safe fresh food. Hence, no fresh toxin also to be detoxified. Then what is going to detoxify? It is the stored food. And that's why in 2016, the medical Nobel Prize went to Japanese scientist for his autophagy,
Yeah.
thesis. And so that proves what our great sages, thousands of years, they have recommended the fasting. And it is said that with 1 week of fasting, because the poison is the basic thing. So first they led to kapha vikar, then led to pitta
Mm.
vikar, then led to vata vikar, then the tumor and cancer. And so
Mm.
with first week of fasting, all the kapha vikar they are getting relieved. With second week of
Mhm.
fasting, all the pitta vikar are getting relieved. And with the third week of fasting, all the vata vikar are relieved. And that's why 21 days fasting is a complete fasting. Not that one should not do lesser than that, one can very well do it. But that is the peak. One should not do, however, on 22nd day onward. Then it is starvation. That's what the American naturopath Dr. Herbert Shelton, he did a lot of
Mm.
research. He is supposed to be the father of science of fasting.
Mhm. Mm.
That's why. And he said 21 days is the complete fasting, and one should not fast beyond 21 days at a stretch. With a break, one
Mm.
can weight reducing is a different thing. But apart from that, on 22nd day, when I had to break my fast with the Mosambi juice, I called the pathological lab person to draw the blood and give my hemoglobin was 16%. Then the
Uh-huh.
cholesterol was unchanged. There was bit higher bilirubin. So if I would have gone to allopathic doctor, he would say, "Oh, you got jaundice." They would have started some medicine. But
Uh-huh.
as I started this gradual food, fruit and all that, after fourth day, my bilirubin was normal.
All
So it is
normal.
just a
Very nice.
state of the body. It's the body's its own defense mechanism, how it is dealing with. So what we understand, oh, these are the parameters. If it goes beyond this range, it is disease. That understanding is incomplete. This has been proved. Or the modern
Understood.
medicine understanding is incomplete. It was not a jaundice. It was just a body's state dealing with the situation. Like that.
Understood.
So yeah.
But you never felt hungry to eat during the 21 days? You didn't feel like
Packs,
eating or?
packs of hunger will be certainly there. It's natural, and that's why up to for 3-4 days we can fast at home. Somehow we can control yourself, but beyond that it will be difficult because our own home, very difficult to deal with our own
Pressure will
mind.
be there. Yeah,
Yeah, so
exactly.
better recommended to do it in some ashram, so that nothing is
Hmm.
in our hand. Only water will be there with you, provided by the ashram. So, the mind is
Okay.
so difficult to, it's a hard nut to crack.
Yeah, true, true, true. Very true. But you felt tired or you don't feel tired at all
There
when
is a
you're doing the
methodology.
fasting?
There is a methodology.
Methodology.
If you go for 21 days fasting, it
Uh,
starts from 8 days prior.
uh,
On first day of the fasting, you are having just 3 glasses of juice 3 times, morning, afternoon, evening.
hmm,
2 days prior, you are having fruit in the morning, you are having only raw, vegetable and all
hmm,
that
hmm, hmm.
throughout the day. uh, 3 days prior, you are having fruit in the morning with a little some nachni, soup, such things, liquid rather,
Got
not
it.
physically. So
Hmm,
like
hmm.
that, about 7 days gradually we are going to that phase. Then the fasting starts again. While breaking also, same gradual
Same
uh,
gradual breaking.
going back to is required, and then there is no problem. Number one, then rest because energy is to be saved for this purpose, and so
Hmm.
should not do any physical exercise. No yoga,
Correct.
you except meditation. You can do meditation, you can have sun bath, but not even asana pranayam during the fasting phase. Then no bath, only the sponge bath is given. And we should
Hmm.
not even supposing somebody washes, servant washes clothes for you and they are kept for, drying. And even we should not go and collect those clothes. That much rest should be taken, fully rest. Mm, Speak, avoid speaking as far as possible. Only if emergency, you speak to the extra.
Understand.
No question of reading, no question of looking at TV. You
Got
can
it.
listen, yeah, at the most for motivating. If some great person has got some motivating, audio,
Understand.
audio for on this fasting and all that, because you required a lot of motivation in such state. As you rightly said, there will be
True, true.
again and again packs of hunger coming.
Very true. Very true.
Oh, what foolish decision I have taken, something like that. Such negative thoughts
Hmm.
may come in your mind at any time. After all, we are human beings, and so that motivating audios once, 1 hour in the morning and 1 hour in the evening at the most you can listen, but
Hmm.
no visual. You can't read, you can't watch TV, nothing like
Very well said, sir. Probably all these points that you mentioned during fasting, it is in general that we can follow it during the day-to-day activities also. As long as we can, talk less and
that.
be
Yes,
with ourselves, meditate.
Bilkul, Bilkul,
All of
Bilkul.
these things is going to change our lifestyle, even in a normal day as well, I feel.
They say when
So
you listen, your pran increases. When you talk, your pran decreases. Like that.
prana goes down.
Yeah.
Very true. Well said, sir. Thank you. That was a phenomenal messages that you have given us today. So thank you so much for spending time with us to share these valuable insights. So thank you so much, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.